What does a desperate, cornered man who will say or do anything do with the power that he currently has? We should all be worried about what he might do that would endanger Americans, American lives, American security, and that's why this impeachment inquiry is so critically important. I was struck today in the news that one of the former employees in the Trump White House who worked on the National Security Council, who was an experienced handler of information, said we tried so hard to disabuse him of these crazy conspiracy theories about Ukraine and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
But he believes what he wants to believe, and he has great confidence in himself to tell a false story and convince people of it.
Yes.
And it worked for him in business, and he went bankrupt, but he would bounce back and he would tell more crazy stories. And it worked for him when he ran for president. So he's not going to stop.
Right.
And that's what's so dangerous, because here's why people who are still questioning whether or not we should have an impeachment inquiry should ask themselves, we have seen this man will do anything. Even if you thought it was entertaining or amusing or shocking that he would say or do anything, what does a desperate, cornered man who will say or do anything do with the power that he currently has?
I mean, speaking of a cornered man, so this weekend he tweeted that there's going to be a civil war if he's impeached.
That's why he has to be held accountable, because, you know, during his campaign, he would say things like, well, my Second Amendment friends are going to take care of Hillary Clinton.
If she gets to pick her judges, nothing you can do, folks. Although the Second Amendment people, maybe there is, I don't know. But
he would say threatening things, he would say outrageous things, and everybody thought, oh, that's just who he is. It's kind of, you know, it's just sort of part of his whole shtick, right? Well, we've seen him in action now, and we've seen how he riles people up. He plays to some of the worst instincts and the deepest fears that people have. And so when he says something like that, it is a signal. It's a signal about how far he's willing to go. He is sending a message to his most ardent supporters. I find it deeply frightening and disturbing to have a president of the United States saying these things. You know, words have a way of influencing actions, and he knows that he's got people out there, we've seen it, who were influenced by him and picked up an automatic weapon and killed people. We've seen people who were influenced by him who attacked synagogues or mosques or places of, you know, worship and gathering. And I don't know what to do other than to continue to speak out. You know, people say to me sometimes, oh, come on, you know, you've done your time. You don't need to keep doing that. I'm an American. I have served my country. I have been raised to love my country. I've agreed and disagreed with presidents of my own party as well as the other party over many years. But this is different. This is not the usual, well, you know, you don't agree with him, therefore you're saying this. No. He has gone beyond any bounds of appropriate presidential behavior. And we're not sure what he might do. And these kinds of incitements that he's engaged in should disturb any American. I don't care what party you're a member of or no party. You should be